Well, good Saturday morning, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Coffee with Chris. And more importantly, happy 4th of July. As you can see, Flash was joining us for this week, but he's pretty active, so he didn't stay in one place too long. I guess he gets that from his dad. But man, happy 4th of July. Thanks for watching. And I hope you guys have a great day planned, whether it's cookouts or barbecues or friends and family fireworks. If you're able to do those in your area, the city where I live in, fireworks are banned because we don't have a lot of big open spaces to shoot them off in. There are people outside of the busy part of the city that have plenty of room, and so I think they probably bend the rules a little bit. But normally we have to go out to the country, out to the farm. And if we're going to do anything, we have to do it out there. So I hope you have a great day planned, and I hope it's enjoyable, relaxing, and you get to celebrate what today is all about. Now, typically, if we have any submissions during the week, I like to start the shows off with that. And we did have some this week. Our friend Caleb at Hat Creek Craftworks, can't read my own handwriting, Hat Creek Craftworks, did send in some submissions of some things that they've been working on, and I'm going to save those for next week. So, Caleb, I'm going to get you, but they actually go, the things that he sent in actually go fantastic with next week's video. Next week's topic is going to be on philosophy of small crafts, what we call smalls, and versus big things. So multitude of small crafts versus one big, more expensive item, and kind of the two thoughts when it comes to trying to grow a business or a side hustle or selling, and kind of which way is the right way for you, maybe, or the different ideas behind those. So that's going to be next week. And the things that got sent in are perfect to be part of that video. So I'm going to hold those for next week, but I've got you. I didn't forget about you. This week, I want to be all about merica. And so I want to spend this week, and I want to talk just a little bit about freedom and how that can be thought about when it comes to woodworking. And I'm going to attempt to kind of tie those things together and really have today's episode be a celebration of what today is, 4th of July. So here we go. Let's see how I do. One of the things I think about when I think about freedoms, and certainly there's a lot of amazing freedoms and things that we have. Make sure my microphone's on. There it goes. Make sure that, or things that we have as benefits because of the freedoms that we have due to those that have sacrificed and given themselves, their time, their lives, and those things over the history of our country to make it what it is. But one of the freedoms that I wanted to talk about is the ability to create. And that can be a vast thing because that can cover a lot of different pieces of the history of our country. But the ability to create, I think, is a freedom that we have that we don't think about a lot. And like so many things, we're human. We tend to take things for granted. But the ability to create is one that, of course, is personal to all of us that woodwork. And that's just, of course, a tiny speck when it comes to what our freedoms are. But it hits home, so I wanted to talk about it. Things like being able to start a business in our garage. Like, I know that seems simple, it seems common, and it is where we're at, but being able to take something like your garage or a workshop or anything you own and start a business out of it and try to have something you enjoy and something you can grow and something you can earn an income from. That's something that we're able to do that isn't the case everywhere. Being able to go out and buy lumber or buy wood and turning into something meaningful. That's something, again, seems very simple, but not the option for everybody all the time. So when I think about those things like that, I think about, you know, each board we cut, table we build, floating crosses like I've been building here lately. Things like, I mean, simple stuff like these crafts, like, you know, these kind of patriotic themed wooden candles here. Things like that. Everything we build is possible because of those freedoms we have. Whether it's small or large, it's just something that's possible that we're able to do that. And I think about having gratitude about being able to do those things and hope that it makes us all better craftsmen because of that gratitude. Now, these freedoms, it's because of them that we can walk into our shop, flip on the lights, and pursue our dreams, pursue our goals, pursue our hobbies, things we love to do. And that's maybe not just woodworking, that could be anything. But it's the same idea. So, what do these freedoms bring that will last another 250 years? Now, we've got a lot of things today that have lasted over time, whether it's actual material things. I mean, we all know, if you've ever looked at an antique or been antique shopping, you know that there's pieces of furniture that have stood the test of time that have lasted forever. But what do we have outside of the coffee table? Coffee table may not last 250 years. Maybe it will. Depends on how good you are, I guess. But what do we have that'll last another 250 years that we can get from our hobby, get from our craft, from our love of woodworking, that will stand the test of time moving forward? Well, let's think about the skills we have, or the skills we learn, the skills we grow and develop, handing those down, teaching someone else. I mean, what we know, we got from somewhere, right? Family traditions. Some people do the woodworking together, or your hobbies, the things you love. So those are traditions, or things that have been handed down from your grandparents, things that they taught you. What about our faith, our character? Those are all things that we have gained from people that have created and done something useful and something purposeful, and that have passed down through time that we've got. How about the memories that we make? Talking about a coffee table, talking about a dining room table, things that we build. How about the memories we make around those things? How about the memories that happen around your dining room table? Especially if it was something that was created by hand by somebody you know, a member of your family, something that was passed down through generations, or something you've made that you hope will remain going forward. But those memories we create, those are all things that we have that are just things that are everyday things that we take for granted, but it's all because of the freedoms that have been created and the reason why we celebrate on today, 4th of July. Now, let's talk about great Americans. How about this guy? Or this guy? Or even this guy? I think we can all agree those are all characters that we've all seen or came to love at some point in time if you enjoy their, different avenues of entertainment. But when we could go on and on and on about actual real Americans throughout history that have grown and built and developed what we have today. And we could get into all the politics and all of that, but we're not going to. I do want to say thank you at this moment if you're watching this and you served or you had a loved one serve, whether they made it home or they didn't, to anyone involved in our military at any point in time in their lives or their history, from More Than Sawdust, and from me, Chris, and from my family, Beth and Dean and Cannon, I want to say thank you, because if it wasn't for you and those like you that sacrificed their time, gave up time with their family, with their children, with their kids, and risked their lives, and for those that gave their lives, if it wasn't for all of that, even I wouldn't be able to sit here and make this video that you're watching now. But I do want to talk about the Americans that have also, apart from the military, impacted the things like what we get to do now. Let's think about the fact that America has always been built by people who work with their hands. Farmers, carpenters, blacksmiths, mechanics, woodworkers. And I encourage all of you to help keep those traditions alive by taking a shot at making it instead of buying it, or at least supporting those that are making it instead of buying it. After all, what's more American than standing in your garage on a Saturday morning, drinking your coffee, and making some sawdust? Right? Things like this. What's more American than making the flag? And by the way, I know a lot of people make flags similar to this or different. If you've made any flags, I'd love for you to send those in as well. I'll put my email down below, and I'd love to share those in upcoming videos. I make these, we sell these at the craft shows. This is the last one I've got left from the last batch. If anybody's interested that doesn't want to take a shot of making their own or would like to have one, feel free to drop me a comment or shoot me an email and we'll work something out. But what's more American than doing that? I can't think of much. Well, Flash has decided to come back and finish up with us, I think. So it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't include some of my faith, as you know. So I want to give you this. Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do, do it from the heart, as something done for the Lord and not for the people. Create from the heart. That's my encouragement and that's my advice for today. Let your work reflect the character of who you are. So again, I wish you a happy 4th of July, and I'll say this 4th of July, enjoy your fireworks, enjoy the food. We all know we do. But before you head inside, take a second to think about the people who made this freedom possible. Then next week, walk into your shop with a heart full of gratitude, because every board you cut and every project you build is something many people around the world only dream of having the opportunity to do. You guys take care and be blessed.